Creating a news agenda that reflects an unbiased view of Asian current affairs without relying on external news sources. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.
I'm Abdullah Ahil, your host for the evening. A world-first olive processing method that cuts labor and revolutionize the local industry and catapult Australian olives onto the world stage.
Deep in South Australia's Riverland is part of a world first.
We are putting our olives in the brine in the orchard, and we are keeping that brine clear all the way through to our finished pack out.
Traditional curing methods for Greek, Spanish and Californian-style olives require regular water changes. This new method, coined Olives the Australian Way, is more efficient.
We are keeping the same water right from the beginning through to the end. So it's a huge saving in water, in cost, and the time to do that.
There's also significant labor cost savings. Hand pickers have been replaced by machines.
Generally, it's a win-win on both sides, so we can negotiate prices a bit better when you're not paying out bills to 15 to 20 pickers each week.
Most Australian olives are processed for oil. Just 3,000 tonnes end up as table olives.
While people in Australia consume almost 1 kilogram of table olives per person annually, more than 85% of those olives are produced overseas and imported.
But this innovation aims to increase local production to 100,000 tonnes of table olives within 15 years. That's 30 times the current production.
We really need to see more production of olives, and that's both from a productivity point of view, so getting more olives off each tree like we have here, but also we need more trees.
The new method produces olives with fresh flavours.
We're actually not fermenting the olives, we're not degrading the oil that's in there, that we're actually making olives that taste fruity.
It's hoped the new flavours will drive growth in olive exports.
It's innovations like this that I hope we can really start to scale it, and we differentiate ourselves from the rest of the world and the rest of the market.
Science innovation taking an old industry to new heights. Jessica Schremer, ABC News.
Jiangcheng County in southwest China's Yunnan province, which boasts a noticeable number of wild Asian elephants, inaugurates a special squad to monitor their movements and ensure the safety of villagers. The county in Pu'er City, Yunnan province, with its thriving cornfields in summer, has become a feeding ground for Asian elephants, a wild species under China's national first-class protection. Braving the scorching sun, a herd of Asian elephants emerged from the forests behind Kangping Town, Jiangcheng County on Monday afternoon, making their way toward a cornfield where they promptly began feasting. Braving the scorching sun, a herd of Asian elephants emerged from the forest behind Kangping Town, Jiangcheng County on Monday afternoon, making their way toward a cornfield where they promptly began feasting. Among these feasting elephants, the happiest were the calves. After filling their bellies, they lounged lazily in the cornfield, some even playfully wrestling, with two young elephants intertwining their trunks in a game and one resting a foreleg on top of another's head. Fang Shuangcheng, an officer of the border police station in Jiangcheng County, said a total of 59 Asian elephants have been spotted roaming in Jiangcheng County in recent days. According to him, they typically leave the forest to forage after 3 p.m. and don't return to the mountains until after 10 a.m. the next day, and their movement patterns are constantly shifting. Multiple agencies, including Jiangcheng County's Forestry and Grassland Authority, local governments in elephant activity zones, and border police stations have coordinated efforts to ensure the safety of both humans and elephants. With air surveillance drones and ground patrols, they monitored the elephants' movements in real time and issued early warnings to nearby residents, advising them to avoid approaching or disturbing the wild herds. Additionally, the local government has implemented a damage assessment system compensating affected residents through a wild animal accident public liability insurance plan, which was introduced in Pu'er County in 2021. The Asian elephant, the continent's largest land animal, is a species mainly scattered in Yunnan's Sichuan-Bana, Pu'er, and Linkan. Turkey's largest underground lake cave attracts nature enthusiasts with its unique beauty and boat tours. Hidden in the heart of the Taurus Mountains, Altınbaşı Cave stands as a natural wonder, attracting visitors from around the world. As Turkey's largest and the world's third largest underground lake cave, this geological marvel in 1994. Located approximately with its crystal clear waters and stunning Travertine formations. The 2,500-meter relief in summer. Visitors can explore the 3-level cave system by boat, wearing safety helmets at the 2.5-million-year-old natural decoration. After more than a decade of lobbying, a collection of ancient status, the Murujuga cultural landscape is home to more than 1 million rock carvings, some dating back 50,000 years.
From a remote corner of Western Australia to the heart of Paris, these traditional owners have travelled far and fought hard for this moment.
Let me congratulate Australia on behalf of the entire committee.
After decades of campaigning, the Murujuga cultural landscape was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List.
We were very, very happy that, that word probably can't describe it, to the full extent of it.
Murujuga in WA's northwest is home to more than 1 million petroglyphs, which include extinct species and the earliest depiction of the human face.
That tell the story of our ancestors and what they've done over tens of thousands of years.
But it wasn't a done deal. A successful campaign by the Australian government convinced the committee that industrial emissions from a nearby gas plant were not eroding the rocks, after it granted the Woodside project a 40-year extension.
In the end, what persuaded the committee was both the scientific evidence but also the genuine passion from the traditional owners to see this World Heritage listing be secured.
But some traditional owners want more.
You cannot have industry and culture coexist.
The decision to add Murujuga to the World Heritage List in the end was unanimous. To protect the future of the site, the 21 member states have asked Australia to continue to research the impacts of nearby industry on the rock art and provide a report to UNESCO next year.
Murujuga will become Australia's 21st World Heritage Site, joining places including the Great Barrier Reef and Kakadu.
Come and have a look for yourself and you'll understand.
Bridget Rollison, ABC News, Paris.
The first wheat harvest of the season begin in Mus Plain, one of Turkey's most fertile and expansive agricultural regions. Covering approximately 3.57 million acres of arable land, Mus ranks as the third largest cultivatable area in the country. This year, wheat has been sown across 2.12 million acres in the plain, with the first harvest taking place in the town of Kırıköy. Officials expect a total wheat yield of around 700,000 tons from the region. Thanks to its vast cultivation areas and high productivity, Mus Plain contributes significantly to Turkey's economy. Local farmer Mehmet Mendes from Kırıköy said that farming has been a family tradition and remains the primary livelihood in the area. He said this year's rainfall has been beneficial for the crops, adding that wheat has been planted on around 35 acres in Kırıköy alone and the harvest is expected to be completed within 15 days. Halit Yenilmez, a harvester operator, noted that around 250 combine harvester workers have arrived in Mus from southeastern provinces such as Diyarbakir and Mardin. Despite being a major agricultural country, Turkey continues to import a substantial amount of wheat. According to the Turkish Statistical Institute, Turkey imported approximately 10.5 million tons of wheat in 2023, primarily to support its flour and pasta export industries, making it one of the world's top wheat importers and flour exporters. While regions like Mus Plain are crucial for domestic production, experts underline the importance of further investment in irrigation, storage, and modern agricultural techniques to reduce dependence on imported wheat and improve food security. China's smart consumer device manufacturing sector has seen rapid growth this year, fueled by a government-backed trade-in program and the expansion of diversified consumption scenarios.
From January to May, the country's electronic information manufacturing industry maintained strong momentum, with total revenue of enterprises above the designated size reaching 6.49 trillion yuan, or some $900 billion, up 9.4% year-on-year. Production of electronic consumer goods recorded steady increases. Over 140 million computers were produced during the period, up 8% from a year earlier, while 14.4 million television units rolled off assembly lines, up 1.7%. Information and Communications Technology Zhuo Kairui said consumption is becoming more diversified. According to him, on the demand side, new smart product, he said the industry is clearly moving toward transformation and upgrading, with new growth drivers accelerating. Looking ahead to the second half of the year, China plans to go on promoting its AI plus consumer goods initiative, encouraging the development and application of new technologies such as smart wearables, ultra-high definition video, brain-computer interfaces, and robotics. Meanwhile, authorities will continue to foster high-growth consumer sectors and guide the smart device industry toward greener, more service-oriented development.
The petroglyphs along the Banggocheon Stream has been inscribed in South Korea's 17th UNESCO World Heritage List. The UNESCO committee noted that the carvings are masterpieces created through the creativity of prehistoric people.
The Korean Intern Resident Association, with a new leadership willing to negotiate, held a closed meeting at the National Assembly on Monday to discuss ways for medical students to return to school. It is covered in carvings depicting tigers, wild boars, and other animals, as well as hunting scenes. There are as many as 312 of them. The carvings include the world's oldest and unique whaling scenes. Professor Jeon Ho Tae of University of Ulsan said it's very elaborate and detailed, like a carefully planned masterpiece created by an artist, and it's very special. The UNESCO World Heritage Committee has inscribed the petroglyphs as World Heritage. It is said, quote, "The realistic depictions, drawn with remarkable observation skill and distinctive composition, reflect the artistic sensibility of the people who lived in the Korean peninsula." The committee especially highly lauded the images depicting whales as masterpieces created through the creativity of prehistoric people, end of quote. Chung Yong-chung said it's the recognition of value of the petroglyphs as proof of cultural development in southeastern coastal areas of the Korean peninsula. However, UNESCO recommended that the Korean authorities inform the World Heritage Center of the progress of the Sayeon Dam works due to controversy over inundation and major development plans that may affect the petroglyphs. South Korea has many World Heritage sites, including Seokguram Grotto, the Jeongmyo Shrine, and the Gaya Tumuli. The prehistoric petroglyphs along the Banggocheon Stream became the 17th site to join the list.
It's hoped an innovative approach to water treatment will help reduce harm to the Great Barrier Reef in North Queensland. The facility uses algae and sunlight to filter water and is helping local farmers as part of the process.
This wastewater treatment plant is a world-first operation. Its secret weapon is algae.
It's the first time that anyone anywhere has done anything on this scale using algae.
The North Queensland facility near Ayr has been in the works for more than a decade. Rather than chemicals, it uses algae to filter out waste and delivers clean water back to the community.
Burdekin Shire Council, we're a regional council in Queensland. We definitely are punching above our weight with this project, first of its kind of this size in the world.
The leftover algae byproduct can then be processed and put to use by farmers across the country.
It helps them accelerate root and shoot growth in plants. It enables them to use far less fertiliser and get a far healthier crop.
We are only getting positive feedback from a large number of farmers growing different crops.
It's hoped more local farmers will use the algae as fertiliser to reduce harmful runoff into the nearby Great Barrier Reef.
The proof's in the pudding. I mean, we're the first to do it. We're hoping our neighbours will, if it's right for them, follow our lead.
Brooke Tyndall, ABC News, Ayr.
In Ordu, the heartland of Turkey's hazelnut production, yield estimation efforts are currently underway in preparation for the upcoming harvest season, starting with the counting of hazelnut clusters in 400 pre-selected orchards. The study is being conducted by expert teams and is expected to conclude on July 18th. The data gathered through these cluster counts will be used to estimate the province's hazelnut yield for the season. So far, no significant presence of the brown marmorated stink bug or Haliomorpha halis, a major threat to hazelnut crops in recent years, has been observed, raising hopes among producers and experts for a higher yield and improved nut quality compared to previous years. In recent years, Turkish farmers have struggled with the invasive brown marmorated stink bug, which damages hazelnuts by feeding on the kernels, reducing both their commercial value and nutritional quality. The pest is difficult to control due to its rapid spread and high resistance to conventional pesticides. Turkey plays a crucial role in the global hazelnut market, accounting for approximately 70% of the world's production. The Black Sea region, particularly Ordu, is the country's most important cultivation area. Therefore, any changes in yield or quality in this region have significant implications for the global hazelnut supply and pricing. With favorable conditions and continued pest control, the upcoming harvest could mark a strong season for Turkey's hazelnut sector, good news not only for local producers but also for global confectionery and food industries that rely heavily on Turkish hazelnuts. And that's it for our coverage of the recent most notable feature stories from our Asia Vision network. Stay tuned for more such avian news on our AVN and other bulletins. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Creating a news agenda that reflects an unbiased view of Asian current affairs without relying on external news sources. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.